In this review of this 50 by 50 playpen, you're gonna get a full review of what to expect, and then you're also gonna see how it gets put together. So let's get started. For the actual playpen itself, here are some things to know. These like little sleeves aren't super padded. So if you're expecting this to be like head proof, bump proof, it's really not. I mean, there's like a thin layer of cushion inside, but it's really like bar and then the little polyester sleeve or whatever material this is. But you want to make sure that you orient the little door in the area where you want like children to walk into. And then the other thing is this floor here doesn't really have any padding. It is like a really thin material. So if you're not planning to put this on carpet, this size at least 50 by 50 will fit 24 by 24 inch mats. If you do 1, 2, 3, 4. So those standard children play mats, you could kind of tile them and create a base, or I guess you could also get like a 50 by 50 play mat. They do sell those. Once it is fully constructed, it is fairly stable. And you know, obviously it is what it is. You can see how high it is. Children are varying degree of heights. So look at the product descriptions and your specific SKU to determine if the height and then the actual width and length of the playpen is what you're expecting. In my situation, it is the best to be able to contain all the toys in one dedicated area and free up the rest of your living space for living. For the actual entrance, you can easily unzip. If you'd like, you can keep it open. So your kids can either, freely walk in and out, or if you want to leave the room for a sec and want to contain them, you can obviously zip it up. So I'm going to leave it here and then let it be a surprise for when they come home. I was actually very surprised when it showed up how small it actually was. This is what you get in the box. You get a whole bunch of these rods, you get these connector pieces, and then the actual fabric, and then it looks like this. If it wasn't obvious to you from the photo, the bottom joint are the pieces that have this little cutout, which is what you're going to be using for the suction cups. You can kind of go around, and anytime you see one of these like open flaps, you basically put these rods in there, and then we'll figure out where the connection pieces go later. It's kind of a mess once you get all the rods in. It's also hard to figure out where the corners are. The easiest way I figured out is you can kind of see where the seam is since it's like 2 layers. So wherever you see this like right angle corner piece is where you want to put your bottom edge corner pieces. I think the easiest way to really start is identify where the bottom is, which is going to be where this fabric is. And then you can put your bottom pieces oriented like this and then start constructing your corners and then go around and then do your T pieces and then do the bottom of the T pieces and then keep going around. I think that really makes it the easiest way possible. Assuming you did the bottom layer first, you should have a full frame and you're ready to flip it over and start putting the T pieces and the corner pieces on everywhere else. And if you flip it over and you notice that you actually have the suction cup little areas here, no worries, you can easily swap them out and then flip it over and try again. Once you get all the corner and T pieces, you can kind of walk around and make sure that all these little like sleeves are lined up everywhere. And like this, you can see, I can move it up so that everything kind of looks nicely and everything is really smooth all the way up and down. And then you're done. You can also go through and start closing some of these flaps and then start constructing it. Hope you found this review helpful. Thanks for watching.